Good afternoon, students. In the previous class, we have seen the fermentation process. There you have studies various types of microorganisms which mediates the fermentation process, and fermentation by doing the fermentation process, we will get the end product. The end products are microbial cells, microbial enzymes, microbial metabolites, recombinant products. So various types of products you have seen in the last class that are produced by the fermentation process. So fermentation process is the process in which uh, breakdown or catabolism of organic compounds by the microorganisms under both aerobic and anaerobic condition. So both can take place, anaerobic as well as anaerobic conditions. Some microbes are aerobic and some microbes are anaerobics. So like that only we have to create the conditions to produce microorganisms in that conditions. They can convert one substance into the another form, and the products obtained will be the different according to the aerobic and anaerobic and how they metabolize the substrate into the product. So end products can be of different type. So fermentation process is the process in which different phases we will see of the microorganisms, like the lag phase, log phase, stationary phase, and death phase. So there are four different phases in the bacterial growth during fermentation. Lag phase, or as all you know that ki at the start of the process of microorganisms are added to the nutrient medium and allowed to grow. At the starting point, the microorganisms will try to adapt to the environment. The fermentation vessel is the environment in which we will add the substrate, and the microorganisms will adapt to that environment. That is lag phase. Log phase, they will adjust, they are adjusted to the new environment and they slowly multiply at a very rapid pace, thus increasing the cell number exponentially. So log phase is the phase where they multiply and increase their number. Which number? Cell number means microorganisms number will be increased in the log phase. Stationary phase in which they will produce the metabolites, and these metabolites may be the toxic to the microbial growth. So nutrient medium is used up in the stationary phase and it's slowing down the or stopping cell growth. In this phase, cell growth is minimum, and the number of microorganisms growing are slowing down. They slow down their pace of growth, and the metabolite production in this phase is more, and they are toxic to the microbial growth. That phase in which the microorganisms produce toxic metabolites to the extent that they can cause the death of the microorganisms. So like that, four phases are there during the fermentation process. In the first one is lag, log, stationary phase, and death phase. The factors that influencing the microbial growth, it can be depend upon the temperature, water, pH, nutrients for the microbial growth. So what are the different factors? They are temperature, water, pH, and nutrients. Temperature, as all you know that there would be optimum temperature in which microorganisms can grow. So the inside the fermentation we will set the temperature from 25 to 40 degrees centigrade for the optimum growth. As the temperature increases or decreases, the growth rate is adversely affected. So it is very important factors for the microbial growth. Temperature, some require low temperature and some microorganisms require high temperature. Water is a main medium to for the growth of microorganisms, because water maintains the metabolism, and required products are obtained inside that water only. So microorganisms require optimum amount of water to maintain their metabolism and produce required products. pH is also a very important factor for the microorganisms. Optimum pH is required for the bacteria. Some require 6.5 to 7.5. Even some yeast and mold require 4 to 7. Yeast require 4 to 5 pH. So pH of the medium should be maintained at the optimum level for the microorganisms being employed to ensure better product yield. So like that, nutrients are required for the proper microbial growth. So the nutrients should have nitrogen, vitamins, minerals for the maximum growth rate, and this will be different for each of the different types, and the optimum concentration of nitrogen is 0.1 to 1 milligram per liter. So these are the requirements for the proper microbial growth. Some source of microorganism is there from where we will get the microorganisms. So as all you know that pond water microorganisms are present ubiquitous, means all they are present everywhere. So from where we will get the microorganisms? So microorganisms we can get from the pond water, sands, and from different sources we can get the microorganisms. So whenever we require a microorganisms, a sample of the microbial source is added to the sterile nutrient medium. When we have selected particular microorganisms, that microorganism is added to a sterile nutrient medium such as agar or incubated at a suitable temperature. टेम्परेचर पे हम लोग उसको इनक्यूबेट करते हैं, एंड आफ्टर सम टाइम इट विल द ग्रोथ टेक्स प्लेस. So this facilitates the growth of all microorganisms that are present in initially selected sample, and the process is called microbial culture. So after that, we will use that microorganisms for our fermentation process. The microorganisms should satisfy some specified criteria. These include that cheap medium for the growth. They should require cheap medium for the growth. Optimum growth temperature around 30 degrees centigrade so that the cost of cooling and heating medium can be avoided. The reaction of microorganisms should be suitable to the process used. Microorganisms should be stable and should allow genetic manipulation. Microorganisms should convert the substrate into the product rapidly. Product form should be easily recovered from the culture medium, and the microorganisms should be safe and should survive primarily in the lab only. So these are the some criteria which requires to be microorganisms which to be used in the fermentation process. So whenever we require some microorganisms, they can be isolated for the microbial culture growth. These include liquid culture method, solid culture method, and screening of microorganisms. These are the some important techniques which we require for the isolation of microorganisms. So liquid culture method is there, solid culture method is there, in which medium is liquid, in this solid medium is there, and screening of microorganisms are there. So we require different types of microorganisms for fermentation process. After we select the particular microorganisms, we have to preserve that microorganisms for our future use. So there are different methods for the microbial preservation. Like you have seen, you have studied earlier in the microbiology, that desiccation method is there, agar slopes method is there, liquid nitrogen method is there, drying method is there, lyophilization method is there. All methods you have studied in the microbiology. So what is desiccation, agar slopes, liquid nitrogen, how we can store in a liquid nitrogen, how we can drying method is there, lyophilization method is there. Sometimes we have to improve the microorganism strain. So strain improvement is another important methods for the selection of microorganisms. So strain also we can improve by mutation techniques, by inducing mutation in the microorganisms, recombinant technique, and selecting natural variants. All these methods are used for the proper strain development. So once a microorganism is selected, we have to prepare its inoculum. Inoculum is the amount of microorganisms which is needed in fermentation vessels to produce some amount of product. So preparation of inoculum is an important step in the industries. Thank you.